3 ways to survive the backrooms. Number 1, mark your starting location. Getting lost inside of the backrooms is a death trap. With anything and everything around every single corner, you need to mark and know exactly where you started so you do not get lost. Number 2, continue to move forward. Do not stop and look at random things on walls, on floors, or search around anywhere. It is completely unnecessary due to the fact that you don't know what's hiding around the corner. Number 3, don't talk to anyone. Reason being, you're not sure how long people have been on this certain level for. They haven't been able to find a way out, meaning that they've probably gone crazy. The only time you should ever talk to someone is when you're trading items on, say, a safe level where there are 0 creatures, and those are harder to get to, so good luck. Don't forget to like and follow if you want me to continue this series. 3 ways to survive a skinwalker. Number 1, don't ever whistle in the woods. No matter if it's daytime or nighttime, that's a calling signal, meaning that you're letting the skinwalker know exactly where you are. Number 2, pray as hard to whatever you believe in as possible. Skinwalkers are demonic creatures, being so that they were transformed this way because they are cannibals and have killed before. Number 3, white ash tree rubbed bullets may be one of the only other ways to stop a skinwalker in its tracks. Of course, most people don't have those laying around, so if you're in an area where you think you may or may not be able to run into one, you may want to pack those just in case. Don't forget to like and follow for another episode. 3 ways to survive Cthulhu. Cthulhu is an ancient water deity with its sole purpose of destroying anything and anyone that happens to be inside of any body of water. If you happen to be at sea and all of a sudden the weather starts to change around you, going from extremely sunny to dull and dim, and it starts to rain, try and get to land as fast as possible. Cthulhu is probably around the corner. Number 2, one of the only other ways to survive Cthulhu is pretending to be a part of its religion by offering up some type of sacrifice due to the fact that it thinks that you may bring on other followers, making it more and more powerful. Number 3, if you find yourself running from Cthulhu, try and get as far on land as possible and stay away from any large body of water. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and follow for more. 3 ways to survive Ghostface. Number 1, don't answer the phone. When he calls you, just don't pick up the phone. It's just as simple as that. Number 2, don't trust anyone. Your closest friends, family, and even lover can be Ghostface. It's usually the person you suspect the least, so don't trust anyone. Number 3, arm yourself. Ghostface is just a normal person. They can be hurt by anything, so any weapon will do. Bonus round. If you hear that there's a serial killer roaming the area that you live in, just leave until the case is solved. Don't forget to like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive a zombie apocalypse. Number 1, get as far away from the cities as possible, being that there's going to be a ton of people around and not many corners to turn to. When being in most cities, you have high buildings. You don't want to get trapped on the roof of one of them and having to fight your way all the way down. I would suggest going towards the countryside. Number 2, make sure you have non-perishable foods. Things that are in cans. Things that can last long periods of time. Things like beans and canned chicken. Also, any kind of bottled or canned beverage will do. Preferably something that's refillable. Number 3, make sure you have a weapon that you're very comfortable with when going throughout this apocalypse. Something that doesn't make too much noise but deals a ton of damage, like a barbed wire baseball bat or a sledgehammer. Don't forget to like and follow if you want me to continue this series. 3 ways to survive Freddy Krueger. Number 1, don't fall asleep. This is probably one of the more easier tasks due to the fact that you can use supplements like caffeine that's found in coffee and energy drinks to stay up for days on end to figure out a plan on how you can defeat this nightmare demon. Number 2, don't be afraid of Freddy. Freddy feeds off fear, so if you're afraid of him, it feeds his will to end you. So my advice would be laugh at him. Laughing at him will probably make him feel so weird he won't even want to unalive you. Number 3, try and get Freddy into the real world. This is probably one of the more harder tasks due to the fact that you're going to have to try and drag him and yourself out of the dream world, because if you get Freddy in the human world, he's completely powerless, meaning that you'll be able to take care of him with ease. Don't forget to like and follow if you enjoy this series. 3 ways to survive Michael Myers. Number 1, don't leave your house on Halloween. Going out on Halloween night makes you a target, so I would suggest staying inside for that night. Get some popcorn and just watch some movies. But just make sure all your windows and doors are locked. Number 2, leave town. If you know that you're in a town where Michael Myers' family members are, I would suggest leaving, due to the fact that he's really only there for them, and you just may become collateral damage if you decide to go outside or just get in his way. Number 3, make sure you have some type of viable weapon near you. Probably nothing that you want to get too close with, just because if you get too close to Michael, he'll probably end up unaliving you before you have a second to think about it. Don't forget to like and follow if you enjoy the series and want to see more. 3 ways to survive Leatherface. Number 1, aim for one of his weak points. Leatherface is just a normal human. He has weaknesses. Just because he's bigger and stronger than most and can wield the giant chainsaw doesn't mean he can't get hurt. I would aim for places like his knees and or his throat, due to the fact that he is just a normal person. Number 2, his weapon of choice is a chainsaw. Try and have an object near you that can stop that chainsaw. Preferably some type of furniture like a chair or some type of metal that'll jam the chainsaw, giving you time to run away. Number 3, get in a car and drive drive away. Leatherface is a normal human. There is nothing supernatural about him, meaning that if you get in a car and drive out of town, he will not find you. Don't forget to like and follow if you enjoy the series and want to see more. 3 ways to survive the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Number 1. Try and trap the Demogorgon in our world. The Demogorgon's an interdimensional being so that if it travels back to the upside down, it has time to regenerate. If we keep it in our world, we might just have a little bit of a chance of getting rid of it. Number 2. Light it on fire. The Demogorgon seems to regenerate pretty quickly in our world. Not as fast as it would in the upside down, but it seems to be when you use fire, it takes a little bit longer for it to regenerate. I would recommend trying to trap it with a bear trap, something like cast iron that can't catch on fire, and then proceed to light it on fire. And just maybe, you may be able to get away with your life. Number 3. Set up mirrors all around where you're staying. The Demogorgon only seems to attack when it thinks that it has the drop on you. So if you have mirrors all around, it can no longer sneak up on you, being so that it'll probably just leave you alone due to the fact that it doesn't want to become unalived. Don't forget to like and follow if you enjoy the series and want to see more. 3 ways to survive Pennywise. Number 1. Don't be afraid of him. Pennywise feeds off of fear, being so that if you're no longer afraid of him, he cannot hurt you. He will try and use some of your deepest, darkest fears though, so make sure you try and conquer them before running into him. Number 2. When you no longer fear Pennywise, his strength starts to diminish, being so you can take advantage of that and try and end him. We never truly know if Pennywise is completely unalive, but ripping its heart out will definitely make it a little bit harder for it to come back. Number 3. Hope and pray that you are not in the town or city that Pennywise decides to come back to, being so that Pennywise sleeps for a good period of time. This one's up to chance, so hopefully you have some good luck. Don't forget to like and follow if you enjoy this series and want to see more. 3 ways to survive a shark attack. Number 1. Don't swim in extremely deep or dark water, being so that when you swim in shallow water, you can see what's underneath you. Swimming in deeper water means that you won't be able to see what's swimming underneath you, which makes you more likely to become a snack for a shark. On top of that, swimming at night or at dusk are normally where sharks are looking to feed, being that things are less active now, so you might just find yourself becoming a snack. Number 2. If you see a shark in the water with you, stay calm. Don't start flailing your hands and feet, which will draw attention to yourself. Stay as still as possible, but make sure you never turn your back on the shark. They're kind of like wild cats. Once they know that they have the jump on you, it's pretty much over for you. So just stay calm. I know, easier said than done. Number 3. Don't pee in the water. I know it's extremely convenient to pee in the water and not have to walk to the bathroom, but just like blood, sharks will know exactly where you are once you do it. Just next time you think about peeing in the ocean, just think that there may be a shark right underneath you. Like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive Jason Voorhees. Number 1. Distract him. Jason's extremely strong, but he's not very smart. Distract him with something like a mannequin. Set up a few in your house or in the area where you've been to distract him long enough so you can get away. Number 2. Weapons. I wouldn't suggest using anything that's a close quarters combat weapon. It seems as though Jason is 7 feet tall and has inhuman strength and an insane durability. I would use something military grade to at least slow him down, hitting him in spots like the femur or the pelvis, being so that it'll leave him there crippled long enough so that you can get away, because he still does have to regenerate. Number 3. Dismantle Jason. Once you have him either unconscious or unalived, you need to separate all of his body parts. Being so, it'll take him longer to regenerate, since that he has to go all the way back down to hell and somehow find his way back to Earth. Without his body parts, it'll almost make it impossible for him to chase you. Like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive Siren Head. Number 1. Stay out of rural or woodsy areas. Being so, these are most of the places where Siren Head likes to hide out, being that he can blend in with most of the tall trees, not giving himself away. So I suggest staying in more city-like areas, due to the fact that there's a lot more people and harder for him to hide out. Number 2. If you ever start to hear extremely loud sirens or weird, strange music near you, I would run. Being so that means Siren Head is extremely close. He's no longer cloaking himself, pretty much giving himself away. Let's just hope that you can find him before he finds you. Number 3. Make sure you pay attention to your surroundings, being so that Siren Head can shapeshift into most things. So if there's ever any odd buildings or things of that nature that you don't remember ever being there, it's probably Siren Head. So I would go the opposite way, because Siren Head does do a great job at cloaking itself. Like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive Jeff the Killer. Number 1. If you see a boy holding a knife at the edge of the woods, don't go near him and run the opposite way. Jeff is extremely strong and fast. Once you get too close, it's already too late. Number 2. Don't ever go looking for Jeff. Looking for him is an extremely bad idea, being so that he's extremely sick and twisted, and he'll probably do things that you wouldn't like being done to you, so looking for him shouldn't be on your list. Number 3. Don't ever make waffles past midnight, being so that Jeff is extremely obsessed with them. He loves waffles, and once he gets that scent, he'll walk towards them, ending up in your kitchen with a knife. Like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive a xenomorph. Number 1. Flamethrower. I know it sounds crazy, but in most movies, these creatures cannot handle high temperatures, especially when it comes to being hot. There's multiple scenes in movies where they're being burned, which seems to deal quite a bit of damage to them, especially since they have such a hard armor. armor. Number 2, high caliber weapons. A handgun isn't just going to work for this. You're going to need something with a little bit more firepower, preferably something like an M60 or some type of grenade launcher, because as I said before, they have extremely hard armor, and smaller bullets with less caliber can't break through their armor, making you an easy snack. Number 3, hope and pray that predators are around the corner, because more or less that's the only thing that's going to be able to fully exterminate the xenomorph from your planet. Like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive Cartoon Cat. Number 1, avoid going into any abandoned buildings or shopping malls. Being so, these are one of the key spots where Cartoon Cat likes to hang out, making yourself a pretty quick and easy meal if you go there. Number 2, find cover. If you're ever spotted by Cartoon Cat, try and find somewhere to hide, masking it as if you ran off. Being so, that Cartoon Cat has extremely long limbs, kind of like Mr. Fantastic, where he can reach extremely long places and grab you even if you think that you're far enough away. Number 3, don't ever try and fight Cartoon Cat with bare hands, being so that he's an extremely strong entity, making it almost impossible to defeat him anyways. Just keep your distance and try to run. Like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive the Purge. Number 1, get out of town. Being so that the Purge is a massive killing spree, so getting out of any major city and going somewhere more rural where there's nobody will probably be a great idea. Being so that I don't think you want to become someone's release from all of their stress for the massive killing spree for 12 hours. Number 2, shelter. You're going to want to build yourself some type of underground bunker or some type of escape room in your house, something where no one will be able to find you or your family for those 12 hours. Number 3, weapons. You're going to need something to protect yourself and your family. I wouldn't suggest doing anything close range either. I would suggest having something that you can shoot from far and close range, and something that's pretty compact. Like and follow for more videos. 3 ways to survive Sonic.exe. Number 1, if you get a random CD in the mail that's labeled Sonic.exe, don't play it. Being so that once you play it, you're locked in already, and it's time for the game to start. Number 2, don't play any Sonic games after midnight. Being so, it gives you the chance of getting the glitch where Sonic.exe takes over the game anyways, making it not your choice at all. Number 3, if you ever have a dream of Sonic.exe, as soon as you wake up, draw a picture of it and put it under your bed, and don't look at it until the next morning. Being so, this will ward it away from you, at least for the night while you sleep. Like and follow for more videos.